Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you my newest acquisition from Empire Toy Works, this building here. Stick around for a minute and I'll give you the lowdown. Alright, so now I'm going to try to give you guys a close-up look at each side and the roof of this guy. And you can see here on this side there are some vents. It looks like mechanical or electrical equipment and maybe some signage there. I'm not quite sure what that says or what that means. It could be an Arabesh, it could be anything, right? But I hope it comes through on the camera here. You can see the texture, you can see the weathering, those mechanical vents or equipment. You can see it almost looks rusted around it. It looks very used and real world lived in, which is, basically what Star Wars, Tatooine, a lot of the planets, that's how they look. So this thing it's full of really sharp detail, and I think you can see it pretty well. I'm not sure how my lighting is, but on the camera here, it looks pretty good. Even the weathering of the metal, the texturing, it's very sandy, very rustic. All right, now here is the other side. And this side has some more signage, which looks like some Arabesh, and there's a face of a girl there. Looks like maybe it's connected to an electric box, so I guess if you use your imagination, maybe that sign is lit up, and obviously it's in red. And there looks like to be some kind of faux kind of columns or something there to the right. And again, you can see the texturing, the weathering, especially around the edges and around the metal, or the plastic to look like metal. The lines there that go around the building also are pretty dark brown inside. Even looks like, if you can see if it's coming up there, but it actually looks like there's cracks in what looks like stucco, which a lot of houses like adobe type houses and so on, ranch style homes here in the United States kind of look like. But this is the other side. It looks wonderful. And let's flip it around to the entrances. All right, now this is what I'm calling the front door. Now, this could be the back door, could be the front door. It's sort of up to you and your imagination how you want to use this thing. But I'm calling it the front door. It's almost like the shape of a horseshoe. You can see here that there's vents that are rusted, weathered. They look really nice. It's a pretty big front entrance, and it leaves it to be desired. Is this a garage? Is this a house? Is this a shop? It could be anything. It could be a bar, a club. But yeah, I'm using this as the front door. That's how I sort of see it. And now here is what I'm calling the back door, the larger of the two openings. This makes me think that it could be a garage because you could fit a small ship in there or some speeders, and you can see it's quite wide open once you're in there. There is no floor, so that's good. I prefer it without one. But I know in the past some of the Empire Toy Works buildings do have a base, but this one is not, and that's good because if you have multiple buildings, that makes it stackable. And I think that's why he does it this way. Now, I'm not sure, I've never heard him say that, but I know from my other buildings, they are stackable, and it's because they're open on the bottom. I've seen older ones in the past that do have a base, and that does limit your space into how you can store these and put them away. But yeah, this is the larger of the two entrances, and I'm not sure how, I mean, you could use this several different ways. I have been sort of using it as a little garage for a little speeder, a little ship that I have, which I'll show you later. But now I'm going to show you the roof. All right, here is the roof. And you can see there is another one of those sort of metal, I'm calling them mechanical units or electrical units there on the top, on the left. And there is a dome in the center of the building, right there on the top. You can see it sits fairly flush. It's almost exactly flush. There's a little, right there's a little give, but not much. It's barely noticeable. You might not have saw that unless I just wouldn't have pointed it out. But what's great about this building and what's very unique about it that I don't have with any of my other buildings is the ability to pop out the top here and to flip it over. And as you can see there's more vents, more mechanical stuff, electrical wiring, it could be anything. But now the dome is on the inside, which is the ceiling, where before this was on the ceiling, and it just adds detail, it gives a variation. And of course you can just take this out and not use it at all, and that allows you to take photographs or add lighting in there. You can, if you're really playing with this, if I give this to my son and he's playing with it, he'll take the top off, he'll be reaching right in there and using it to, you know, to play with. It makes it easier to get in there from the top as well as on the sides here. But yeah, this is a very versatile playset and diorama. It's a little bit of both because of such the detail that it has. All right, you can see now here I've got a small little ship in there, and it looks like she's getting fueled up. She's getting ready to go. The droid is talking to her about her fuel and you know, about getting the best fuel per mile, per parsec, whatever you want to do. And I do have the lid off so that the light shines right down on her head there, so she kind of sticks out. But you can see you can fit a small ship in there, small speeder. It's still kind of bare. I do have some more furniture and so on I could fit in there, but I think I'm kind of using it as a garage. I wanted to show you an example of how you could use this as a garage, or you know, like an auto body shop kind of a thing. Let me put the top on it and you can see how it will change the light there. And you can see how dark it got. So you can see how, you know, with the top off, how it can change the lighting for, say, photography. You know, obviously it's harder to get in there now. You have to come in from the front or the back. But with the top off, it adds so much light, you know, to the building, which it makes it really good for photography. But that's just one example. And here is another example. I've got a whole bunch of storage containers in there. I've got the hauler here in the middle with the astromech droid and this Mandalorian directing the droid. Again, I have the top off so you can get the light in there, and I've even stacked some of the containers way to the back there, actually against the backdrop there, and I've stacked some up inside, and I think this looks really good. I'll throw on the top here just to give you another example how it looks with the top on, and you can see it still looks pretty good. It's barely recognizable, those containers in the back, but it does still look really good. I'm really happy with it. And here as the final example, because the other two examples were like garages or storage units, maybe industrial, I wanted to show how this building could be used as, say, a market, or, you know, like a store. And so you can see there I've got, it's a food, people buying food. There's a counter on the other side. Someone's, you know, working the register. Again, the top is off so that the light can shine through and you can see into there. But I think this is a great example of, you know, something else besides the other two that I showed you. There's a little astromech there in the back, you can see, and the light just comes right through. Looks like that little astromech, he's lit up too because he's got the open light on the top, the translucent panel. But yeah, this is another example. I think I like this one actually the best. Haven't really set it up this way before with the counter and the food inside. I've done it with the food on the outside over here on the side of the building, kind of like a market, an open market. But this is more like your local drugstore, you know, or your local mini mart sort of look. But I think it works well, you know. All of the accessories in here, except for that counter there, that's from Hasbro. All these accessories that are in there right now, the tables, these barrels and all this is all also from Empire Toy Works.